Welcome back to Nucanoe Custom Setup of the Week, where we take an in-depth look at a custom setup on any one of our Nucanoe models. Today we turn our attention to the Frontier 12, and we're going to take a look at a tandem fishing kayak setup that addresses a lot of the problems and the challenges with fishing tandem out of a kayak. So some of the common challenges with fishing tandem out of a kayak are there's not enough stability or not enough space, not enough weight capacity, it's too cramped, things aren't where you want. And a lot of times it gets to the point where, hey, you just don't even try it. But with the Frontier 12, it's different. You got ridiculous stability. You got a wide open customizable deck. You have the ability to move the seats and adjust them just as you like. And you got just really an open platform that you can configure and set up and accessorize how you want. So it really makes for an enjoyable tandem fishing experience out of a kayak. So let's look at some of the benefits of this tandem setup on the Frontier 12. First off, it's a fully functional fishing kayak. It's not limited. You got an anchor, you have your rod holders, you have your fish finder, you have a motor on the back if you want, you got a place for your tackle. You really aren't limited in how you fish and how you set this up, even though you have two seats in it. Second, the seating, and this is really huge, is the seating is completely adjustable. The seats can all move in the track forward and back. You could even put a seat in the front, rotate it, turn it around so you could face each other if you want to do that. You have adjustability on the height, so you can drop down to a low position to have a lower center of gravity and a greater sense of stability. You can go up high if you like. Then you have the 360. So if you want to be able to twist and turn and fish opposite directions, you can easily do that. So that this seating really makes a huge impact on the tandem setup here. Another aspect to that, when you're going solo, take one seat out, slide the other seat forward, and you got an awesome solo kayak. So another great thing with this setup is all the accessories you see here are completely modular. The rod holders, the anchor wizard, the cell block, everything can move, be repositioned in the track, can be relocated or completely removed. So you have complete flexibility on how you set it up, and you can adapt it and change anytime you want. So none of that's going to matter if you're not both confident and comfortable when you're out on the water. And that's where the stability of the Frontier 12 really comes into play. It's got amazing initial stability that you can move around in the boat pretty freely, and you're not going to see a lot of movement in the Frontier 12 itself. And the secondary stability is awesome, that you can lean far to one side or the other side, and this is not going to tip over. So once you kind of have your bearings, when you're set up out on the water, you're going to really just be confident, you're going to be comfortable, you're going to be free to move, free to fish as you like, even with two people in the Frontier 12. All right, now let's walk through this setup from bow to stern to show you exactly what is on this Frontier 12. First off, we got the Anchor Wizard chute with the Frontier 12 bow Anchor Wizard adapter to allow that to deploy straight off the bow. We got the crank right here in the front, so the front passenger can operate that. We have the plug-and-play motor kit set up here. So we have the battery actually inside the gear vault, which is going to be really good for weight distribution and also to maintain your clean open deck for both your passengers. Got the Omega Pro rod holder mounted up here in the bow tracks. And then on this front seat, we have the ultra low base. So that drops the seat height about 4 inches, removes the 360 mobility. And in the back, we have the standard 360 pinnacle seat with a locking swivel, and that's in the high position. So we kind of have the stadium style seating here with the low in the front, the high in the back. And one of the benefits to that is really with the low seat not having 360 mobility, it just really takes out the potential for both people to be moving at the same time in a way that's going to affect the boat and make you feel unsteady. So you get the front passenger down, the back passenger up, and it's really a nice setup out on the water. I got room for a tackle box here underneath that seat. And working our way back, we have the cell block with the switchblade and the lock and load system for the Lowrance Hook 5 fish finder unit, mounted right in the track. Got another Omega Pro rod holder on this side. We already touched on this seat with the 360 mobility, and that really comes in handy for use with the motor because you can just turn your seat, easily reach around, grab that tiller handle, and control the motor without having an extension handle, and feeling really confident with that. Then again, the plug-and-play motor kit that allows you to just plug the motor in, plug the battery in, and away you go. Finally, the Minn Kota trolling motor here, 30-pound thrust, 30-inch shaft, real simple. And then the transom motor plate on the transom to keep the motor secure and to protect the transom. So that's a wrap on this setup, going through this tandem Frontier 12 fishing kayak setup. Be sure to check out the first video we did in this series on the Flint for fishing big water and tournaments. And watch out for what's coming up next, which is a sweet setup for fly fishing in the F10.